Hi there, today I'm going to be sharing with you a phonics app called Phonics Hero. Now this app helps to develop your child's reading and spelling skills, so I'm just going to have a little look through the app with you just now. So to get a login for this app, you could either sign your child up for a 7-day free trial, or if your child's teacher is already signed up to this app, you can get a login from them. Now, once you've logged in, you'll be taken to this screen. So if your child is new to reading and spelling, then you can click the yellow button, which starts at the very beginning of the Phonics Hero programme, or you can click the green button and your child can take a placement test. So the placement test asks your child to read mostly nonsense words, so it really encourages them to use their sounding out skills and their blending skills, and then it helps pick out which level is most suitable for them. So you obviously need to either have headphones for this task so they can really hear the sounds, or just make sure they're in a really quiet room. And we're just going to have a little look at the placement test just now, just to see what to expect.
Before getting started on your mission, Zach needs some help to pack his suitcase. To collect all his bits and pieces, he needs you to choose the correct Martian or made-up word. Which rocket tickets should Zach choose? Blend the sounds together to read the words. Click NIM.
So as you can see and hear, all the words that are here are pretty much nonsense words, so it really encourages children to use their sounds that they already know and blend them together. So we're going to have a go at finding the word NIM.
NAM.
Now if you need the instructions to be repeated, all you need to do is click Zach, which is a teddy bear, in the top left hand corner, and the instructions will be repeated for you.
NAT. NAD.
There we go.
SIM. Zach needs to keep strong and healthy for his long trip. Which fruit should Zach choose? Blend the sounds together to read the words. Click GOP.
And as you can see, the words are actually getting a little bit trickier. So as you move through the levels in the placement test, the words become more challenging, and then by the end of the placement test, your child is then given a level to start on in the Phonics app, which obviously suits their learning. So once you've been given a level to start at, or if you're starting at the very beginning, this is what the app looks like. So the game is split into 3 different parts that you have to work your way through. Part 1 is all about rescuing the superheroes, Part 2 is all about locking up the baddies, Part 3 is all about defeating Dr. Lazybones, and each part is split into different levels, as you can see here. Now once you've been given your level, you actually get to see a little mission video that explains the game. So we're going to go into part 1, level 1, which is all about saving this superhero. Now once you're into this level, as you can see, there's lots of different steps you need to complete to save the superhero. So the first one, which is on the first little tree there with the eyes on it, is the first one you would go into, and down the bottom here you can actually see all the different games that are part of that level. So once you complete them, they become unlocked, so these are all unlocked at the moment because they have ticks on them. Then you go to the second one, which is a little logo with the book on it. Now down the bottom again, the games have changed, and these are all the different games that are part of that level. So you basically just work your way up. Now normally if they've not been unlocked, they would have a little padlock on them, but these at the moment are all unlocked, and you'd basically work your way through all the games. So now I'm going to talk you through some different features of this app. So if you look to the top left corner where the key is, now that button, that will take you back to like the level screen or the home screen. Now we're going to have a little look at the blue question mark. So if we click on that, that just gives you some little bits of information about what the different parts of the game mean. So it just reminds you about either giving your child headphones or, as I said, making sure it's quiet. This is the mission video that I was talking about earlier, so you can tap there to watch that. If you move along a little bit, it just tells you again what the key button is for, takes you back to the level page, and then if you tap Zach's face, which is a teddy bear, that button will reread the instructions or give you some help during the level, during the game. Now here, these 6 different logos, they explain the different skills that you need to complete to then complete a level. So we've got knowing your sounds, reading the sounds, spelling them, reading the camera words, spelling the camera words, and then sentence reading. So you actually practice all of those skills as you work your way through the levels. Now, another thing that was quite cool, which I noticed, was when you're playing the game, sometimes Zach has a little wander through the level, and if you click him, then you can actually earn extra star points. So that's another feature of the game as well, is that as you're working your way through the levels, or if you see Zach wandering through your level, you can earn star points. I'm just going to show you what you can actually do with those star points just now. So if we go to the top of the screen again, you can see a picture of a little shop with a star above it. So when you're earning your star points, this is actually what you can use your star points for. So at the moment at the top there in the star, I've got 26 star points, so I can actually spend some of my star points. So I'm just going to have a little go out buying a bowl of cherries. Then you click the tick to buy it. And then it actually takes you to this room here where you can store the things that you have bought. So I'm going to go back to the store. So the little picture of the doorway, there we go, that takes you to where you can store all the things that you've bought with your star points. So now we're going to have a closer look at the different types of games included in this app. So the first types of games we're going to be looking at is ones all about knowing the sounds. So that's the little icon with the eyes. So we're currently on that just now, and we're just going to click on one of the games along the bottom that falls into that category. So this type of game is all about recognising the sounds.
Duck pop 10 bubbles. Only pop the S.
So all we're looking for is the sounds that we've just learned about. So in this case, it's the S sound. Oh, and there we've got Zach going across the screen. So there we've earned some extra star points. So the games that are all about knowing the sounds just focus on recognising the sounds that you've just learned about. So the next type of game that we're going to be looking at focuses on the skill of reading using the sounds. So that's the little icon with the book. So I've just clicked on that, and then I'm going to pick one of the games along the bottom. So this type of game looks at reading using the sounds that we've just learned about.
Which treasure chest matches the word?
So the child has to read the word that's in the middle of the screen. So they would use their sounds that they've learned about previously to sound out the word sap, and then click the right picture that goes with that word. There we go.
Sap.
So then again, the child would then sound out the word in the middle of the screen to try and read it out using their sounds knowledge and their blending skills. So they would sound out the word pat.
Pat.
There we go. Now we're going to have a little look at a game that focuses on spelling the words. So once children have learned the sounds, they can actually use them to spell out different words. So we're going to have a little look at a game that does that just now.
Spell the word to make the cactuses run. Spell the word peg.
So children need to listen to the word that's been said and then use the sounds down at the bottom to pick out the correct sounds to spell out the word correctly. So what I like about this game is if you can look at the very top of the screen in the little yellow bar, there's actually a checklist of different things that children can do to help them spell the word correctly. So if you click on the speech bubble,
say the word.
Asks children to say the word. Then if we click on the next picture,
stretch the word.
It encourages them to stretch out the word. Then we've got the picture with the hand on it.
Count the sounds.
So that's to count out the different sounds they hear, then the pencil.
Represent the sounds.
And in the last picture.
Does it look right?
So I think that checklist along the top is super helpful for when they're trying to sound out their word. Now let's have a go at finishing it off. Now once you think you've spelled out the word correctly, a little green tick appears at the side, so if you want it to be checked, you just click that. And there we go, it's right. So the next type of game that we're going to be looking at is reading camera words. So camera words or tricky words are words that can't really be sounded out. So let's have a little look at one of those games that focus on that skill.
Jump the beaver down the river. Only jump to he.
So this game focuses on the two words he and she. So these are two words that, as I said before, you can't really sound them out using the sounds in the way that the children have learned them. So they have to then memorise them, and a good way to do that is by obviously learning about them through a game. There we go. So this game focuses on picking out he.
He. He.
And you have to jump the beaver only on the word he. So the next type of game we're going to be looking at is spelling camera words. So remember, camera words or tricky words are words that can't really be sounded out using the sounds in the way the children have learned about them. So we're going to have a little look at that type of game just now. Now the icon for that type of game is the little picture of, it's almost like a photo frame with a pencil in front of it, and I'm going to choose one of the games from along the bottom. So this type of game asks children to think about any of the camera words they've learned about, and they actually have to sound them out.
Help colour the toucan. Remember two things. Touch a letter to remove it, and when you've finished, hit the green button. What letters are missing? Go.
So even though normally camera words or tricky words can't all be sounded out using their sounds, children can still obviously do this game by using their sounds to find the missing sound. So we've got the word go here, so we just look at the sounds along the bottom and pick out the right sound, and then we click the green tick to check it. There we go.
No, as in no dogs allowed.
So we're going to have another go at this word, the word no. We pick out the right sound from the bottom and then check the green tick to check it. So the next type of game we're going to be looking at is a sentence building game. So the sentence building icon is just the little icon with the pile of books. So I've clicked on that, and then I'm going to choose one of the games from along the bottom. Now, sentence building games uses words that have all the sounds that your child has been learning about in them, and they have to start reading out and using sentences.
Can you help herd the cows? Does this sentence match this picture?
So children have to read the sentence down the bottom and then decide if it matches the picture. So they would then need to use their sounds that they've learned to try and sound out the words, and then obviously sound out the full sentence. So this one says kick the sack, and they need to decide if that matches the picture. So then they click either the cross or the tick.
Kick the sack.
There we go. Now, all these words that are in the sentence use the sounds that they've learned on this level, so your child should be able to sound these words out and then obviously then understand the sentence. There are a few common words in there like the. So this one says, Pam got the pig and the pack.
Pam got the pig and the pack.
Now, as you can see here, we've got Zach moving across the screen, so let's just click him. And there we've earned 2 extra star points.